much for coming. Welcome to Cafe today. Thank you for being patient while we set up. It's been a little bit crazy with the snow and the holiday stuff and everything happening. And I'd also like to thank Orson Gigi for sponsoring this event and letting us use this beautiful facility. And again, they've given us, for those of you that haven't been here before, they've given 10% coupons for 10% off any purchases you make today. So please peruse the store. If you see an employee or someone that works here, please tell them thank you for letting us use the facility and let them know how much you like the class, because that makes it possible for us to keep having the classes here. So your feedback to the store really, really counts, and it really helps. So thank you for that. All right, so we are going to start out. We're doing more Christmas food today, and a big theme of my classes and of my basically my theory of health is choices. We have a choice every single minute of the day if we're going to be healthy or if we're going to be sick, if we're going to be depressed or happy. Everything is a choice. And I'd like to focus on not only the choices in food that we make, so what foods can we choose to make our bodies healthy, but kind of the psychology behind the food and the psychology behind the choices we make. Because a lot of times people come to these classes and then they learn, okay, this is a good food to eat and this is a not so good food to eat. But then they still have trouble, they still have hang-ups, they still end up going back to the food that is making them sick, and they still end up going back to the things that are causing them problems, and they're stuck. And so during the class today, we're gonna talk about the psychology of choice and the psychology of why we get stuck doing things that we know aren't the best for us. And we're gonna work through that, and maybe we can go away with the Christmas present of loving ourselves more and being able to make better choices and being able to overcome the hurdles that are really stopping us. So just keep that in mind. We'll talk about it. It'll just be the theme that's running through the class today. All right, so when you think of the holidays, well, when I think of the holidays, I think if I want something to eat or drink on the holidays, I want something festive. And to me, festive means flavors that I don't have all the time, colors that I don't see all the time, and combinations that maybe I only get every couple times a year on special occasions. And that's kind of what makes things special and festive for me. If it's something that I have every day, you know, potatoes or pasta, just served the normal way, it's not festive for me, and it doesn't feel like a big event. It just feels like eating. So the things I'm doing today, I'm trying to put a twist on Christmas food, so it's kind of turning it into an event instead of just something to eat or drink. So it's a little bit festive, and it makes Christmas fun and healthy. And again, we have choices. So all of these things that I've chosen, they're typical Christmas items, but generally they're really unhealthy. So what we're going to start with today is beverages. We're going to start out with a lot of party, like some party dishes. One of them is a mocktail, so it's a non-alcoholic type of cocktail. And those are fun to serve at parties or get-togethers, or just as a special, like, colorful beverage to put on a holiday table for a Christmas dinner. And most of the time, these type of beverages, they have alcohol in them, high sugar content, high fructose corn syrup content, and lots of added colors and sweeteners and flavors and that kind of stuff. So they're super bad for you, but they're always fun. Like, we go to, you know, when you go out to a restaurant or when you go to a party, it's always fun to have the beautiful little cocktail cup and have something colorful in there. So let's do it healthy. We're going to make I just made it up last night, actually. I don't know. I haven't made a name for it yet. It's our Christmas mocktail. And we're just going to start out with citrus, which we're going to have oranges, lemons, limes, and some raspberries. And we're just going to make something yummy out of it. Now, I don't know, do you guys know what this is? Yeah. Some of you do, some of you don't. I love these. I never knew what they were. I just recently discovered them. And I'll show you how to use it for those of you that don't know how to use them. It's a citrus juicer. You just take your citrus and you put it in there like that, and you can squeeze, and it kind of like grinds the pulp out of your citrus as you twist. Makes it really easy. I used to use those ones, you know, where you like twist like this and it hurts your wrist really bad. These ones make it a lot easier and fits in your drawer a lot better. So if you're interested in checking out one of these, Orson Gigi has lots of them in various shapes and sizes. And they're quite handy. So There's the oranges. We pre-squeezed a lot of this so that you don't have to watch me squeezing things forever. We've got lemons and limes, and that's how easy it is. It's pretty simple. Okay, so we'll start out with fresh squeezed citrus. It's very, very high in calcium, very high in minerals, very high in vitamin C, and so these are not only delicious, but they're super good for you. And lots of antioxidants, so it's going to help boost your immune system, especially in the winter when it gets cold and everybody starts getting sick. This is great to have. Now, this is not the same as orange juice concentrate. Orange juice concentrate is basically this, but they take out all the pulp, which is the fiber, and there's a lot of benefits to the fiber. And also they boil it down to condense it, and so all the enzymes are gone. It destroys a lot of the antioxidants, because antioxidants, your vitamin A, C's, and E, those are very heat sensitive, so when you heat them up, your antioxidants are basically destroyed, and lots of other heat sensitive vitamins. So if you can do fresh squeezed, that's the best. Anything you buy in a package at the store, so like in the cartons or the bottles, those have all been pasteurized, so they've all been heat treated as well. So anytime you can use fresh squeezed citrus, that's going to give you the best benefits possible. We've also got some lemon juice. Now, lemon is really alkalizing. Even though lemon and citrus is acidic, it has an alkalizing effect on your body, so it'll help you become more alkaline. And when your body is more alkaline, you can resist viruses and bacteria and sicknesses a lot easier. For instance, cancer can't grow in an alkaline environment. It also helps with insulin resistance. So there's a lot of benefits to having your body alkalized, and fresh citrus does that. And we've got a little bit of lime here. And I'm not really measuring it. It's like mostly orange, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of lime, and this is a taste thing. So remember how we talked about intuitive eating? Everybody's gonna like a different taste. So some people will like it tartar, some people will like it sweeter, some people will like more of a certain component. So as a general recipe, just like mostly oranges and enough lemon and lime to make it so it tastes good for you. And just kind of play around with it, and that's what makes it fun. And then we're gonna use a little bit of honey or other natural sweetener. I'd use honey or raw agave, and that's also to taste. Like, some people like their drinks really sweet, and some people like them kind of tart, so it's totally up to you how much you put in. Just start out with a little bit, and you can always add more. It's hard to take it out if you put too much in. So start out with a bit, and then we're gonna put in some raspberries, because at Christmas time, everybody wants to see red and green, but just as an appetite stimulant, the colors of red and green are very good appetite stimulants. So you see them, it's visually appealing, and it makes you want to eat the food. So that's why I've chosen raspberries, because I love the flavor, and also they're beautiful and red. I'm talking a lot, but as you can see, this is easy. You just have to squeeze the stuff, put it in the blender. Now, normally a drink like this would have high fructose corn syrup and alcohol and like lots of other stuff in it, and it doesn't. It's just really delicious. Good. All right. Try this once more.
Is lime also alkalizing?
Yes, all citrus fruits are. Lemon is more so than others, but they all are. Okay, that's really good. Now, what I'm going to do is I have, this is a time of year when all the apples are out, and so in Provo, I don't know if they have this in Salt Lake, but in Provo they have apple stands, and you can go get apples, and then they have fresh squeezed apple juice that's not pasteurized. Again, with apples, they are one of the healthiest foods you can eat. They're the best for your body. But once you pasteurize the apple juice, all of those heat-sensitive vitamins are gone, and it's still tasty, but it's not as good for you. So I got some unpasteurized apple juice. It was just squeezed the day that I bought it, and it's really tasty, and that's something good for sweetening up beverages as well. So this is still a little bit too tart, but what I'm gonna do is add some of this freshly squeezed apple juice, and that's going to sweeten it up without putting so much agave or honey or whatever kind of sweetener in there that you're going to use. Okay. All right, one last taste. And I'm doing this because I want you to just, for the people that are scared to not use recipes, I kind of want you to see the process. I'm just talking it through. See the process of just like creating something in the kitchen that's your own. Tasty. So hopefully that takes a little stress out of it for the people that just are not used to creating things on their own, and just kind of see the process of how you do it and what goes into it. Now, we're going to pour this out and let you guys taste it. And some of you will think it's too sweet. Some of you will think it's too sour. Some will think, oh, it needs more raspberries. And that's okay. So just think, like, be thinking in your mind, like, how do I make this my own, okay? So I made this to taste how I like it. But you guys can change the recipe up to make it your own. And then, of course, it's the beauty of pouring it in a pretty cup and putting that out. And then you can always garnish it, and whenever you, where's my, I don't have one. Whenever you do drinks, it's always fun to just garnish your drink so that it looks extra pretty. And then not only do you have a really pretty drink, but put in the extra effort of garnishing. There you go. It's about the presentation, right?